Greetings in Hotep. All right, 9:52 a.m. I am clocked into Terrell University, working to heal my wounds and hurts. It's Tuesday, October 22nd, 2024. And for some reason, God has me, or I have me thinking, well, why do they hate me so much? And I'm thinking about my sister Ava and Alba because, we grew up together. So if anybody was going to be close, it should have been us. We should have been able to form some kind of allegiance and create something great. And I always try to blame myself. And so I will blame myself and then I will unblame myself. So I am sitting here thinking, well, all the years that I was around my sister Alva, there's a Caucasian lady, Josh and Mama. And she cooks. She doesn't put any seasoning on her food. She just takes it straight out the package and just put it in the pan. And I'm like, ugh, who would eat that? And she eats her own cooking and she's like, that's really good. And Josh is looking at her like, child, please, right? So it's like all the times that I looked at her and I criticized her cooking and she struggled with having enough food to eat. All the pantries I went to, I could have gotten big bags and boxes and took it to her so that she would have more food. I could have said, hey, Alva, let's get together on Sundays and let's cook Soul Food Sunday. I could have showed her how to season the food and how to cook it and make it taste good to her and her children and my children, because when the children were younger, we babysat each other's children. Now I realized that my siblings probably have also had coven spells put upon them. Alva had her gallbladder removed. That was probably something she had to give up under some kind of ritual. We all have gifts. We all could have left the community and become great. And I believe that the family doing spell works is what kept us bound and locked there. Mostly, our country family from Georgia, they think they this, they think they that because they live in the city, right? And you got cousins right up under you that, hate you, dislike you. And when I was younger, I wasn't really on the save other people kick. I got on the save other people kick when I became older and I started seeing that people were getting trapped into different things. I did try to save my mother because whenever Arthur Atkins, my daddy, got angry, he was going to smack her up a little bit. Now, when you're a child and you see your dad beat your mom, you don't know that mama probably did spell work on him, love spells. He probably wanted to marry another woman and she locked him into this arrangement with, spell work. Her and her cousins and her, siblings got together and did love spells, and he's trapped here, but he wanted to marry another lady. And so when you do the love spells, when they backfire, the person hates you, despises you. I've been thinking about this thing for like 40 years. Like, why would a man who says he loves a person do that to her? And I saw my dad be tormented by his actions. Like when he got angry, it was just like you take the pen and you boop, pop the balloon. And then, you're mourning the loss of the balloon because the balloon brought you great joy. But it felt good to pierce the balloon and hear it go pop and saw it disintegrate. And so I saw him struggle through that. And when I started trying to heal myself so that I could complete my circles, live at 110%, I started going to my family's friends and saying, hey, was my daddy really crazy? I mean, what was really going on? Because I could tell he wasn't really crazy, because when he was allowed to be sober, we were sitting down reading encyclopedias, watching, what's the show with the animals? National Geographics. My dad was an intelligent intellect, but it was like he was always under the subjugation of alcohol. And I think they just did heavy spell work on him. Continued. He was an earth angel, and they had him in a cage. And so after my mom and dad split up, I mean, I was like 26 years old when they split up finally. It's like, dang, y'all gonna give me relief as a grown person. I wanted your ass to stay gone when I was a child. Because when my daddy key hit the door, everybody was trembling. It's like, oh my God, is this the night he's gonna kill mom? Is this the night he gonna mess around and kill one of us? Because when you're in rage, you do that. I used to kiss my dad and tell him I loved him every night before I went to bed. That was a part of our ritual. And I remember one night he was beating my mom because they never had fights. She ain't fight back. She just, the. But when she would get drunk, now they both drank Seagram's gin. When they drank Seagram's gin, Dorothy wants to dance and have a good time, and Arthur wants to fight. And I think my mom was promiscuous. When she got drunk, she got very flirty. And I saw that. And I was like, huh. She act like she don't know she married. But maybe when she got drunk, she couldn't help it. She just became very overly friendly. And my dad is a Leo, and you cannot disrespect him and think that's going to be okay. And he was a brown belt in judo, so it was just like that was not okay. And we blamed my dad, but my mom was the instigator. Really. If somebody tell you to leave them alone or be quiet, an intelligent person would be like, okay, this is not a good time to talk about this. Let me be quiet. Let me leave them alone. But my mom, when she had that Seagram's gin in her, she just went on and on and on. Was it her fault that he hit her? Yes and no. Was it his fault that he couldn't handle his liquor? Yes and no. So now that I see them doing the same thing to me, caging me with the black magic, taking my opportunities, they'll keep me so desolate that when I reach out to get help, they know when I go to the internet and ask people to send me cash apps, the money's gonna flow. And so I am now learning they got your cash app diverted. That's why you don't never get no cash apps other than people close to you that they know you're going to talk to and ask them, okay, did you get that? Or, hey, did you send it? But for the donations that I can't follow up on because I don't know the people, they steal those. And they're okay to do that. And so God said, starve them out. You done ate all the fried chicken you really need to eat, all the macaroni and cheese you really need to eat, all the, turkey dressing you really need to eat. And plus, we're trying to go no food, where you just liquefy your nutrients and drink them. You ain't got to eat nothing else, never no more. So I don't spend the same energy that I used to asking for donations. Because basically you paying for spell work against yourself. When they get them large donations, they paying for spell work to keep you right where you are so that they can continue to use your energy. So now, while you're here in your little aquarium, figure out how to block them, how to take all your energy. Don't give them nothing. And so that's what we're doing. And for those of you that hate me and you want to know that I'm suffering, I want you to see. Let me see. Can you see that? I'm sure I got the light on. Do I have the light on? That's the ceiling. Because where we are, it leaked in here so much that what do you call that stuff? The roof fell down to the floor. And we have to make a roof out of plastic. See that? I took that out of the dumpster. I think that was the awning at Holy Trinity Church in Davis Island. See the roof? When I look at the roof and look at the wall, see that right there? And for some reason, it's bothering me lately. See that? And we don't have dressers. See that? I took my pretty blankets and I used them to make a roof because we have rats. The rat family was here when we got here. We didn't kill them. And look at the wall over there. It rains in over there. And that's where the rats come in. See right there? We have doppelgangers and those men that want to come and peek in on us. You can see outside from right here. So I spend my time and energy doing things that I shouldn't have to do. I should have a roof. You walk in here, you paint the walls, you get you a couple of dressers, put your things in the dresser. But we can't put things in dressers because the rats are going to come. You have to put it by you. We got food in that bag right there, okay? And if I don't put it right there on the door, they're going to come get it. I had to put peppermint and cayenne pepper around the wall to keep them from climbing down into here coming to get my food. You see this golf bag? I just got another golf bag. My other one was taken when they stole the storage unit. I left sandwiches in the front of that golf bag, and the rat chewed right through the front of that golf bag and started eating on the sandwich. So, yes, we're suffering, but it's not suffering. It's just like it's what you go through to graduate. There's a certain amount of suffering that comes with victory, and that's in every victory that you acquire. You've got to suffer your way through it. We became great track and field stars because we kept practicing. Miss Dr. Juanita Underwood knew you have to push these legs, you have to push these lungs, you have to push this avatar if you want it to be great. And so as a result, everybody had thunder thighs and lungs of steel. And when we got on that track, we could produce. But if we didn't train hard, when you get out on the track, what you gonna be at the end of the heat? That's the way it is. So this is a part of the training program, and I'm hoping and praying that my children will skip many steps. And they study psych today, and they know about narcissists, and they know about gaslighting, and they know about these manipulation techniques that people do to suck your energy. I didn't know those things. So I pretty much just had a whole bunch of handlers and energy vamps that have been dating me, you know? I allow people to pick me and then I say, okay, I'll like you back. I've never gone out into the world and said, I like that person. That's going to be my mate, or I'm going to be their friend. Now, I've thought about it, and that's been part of my problem. And the blessing is, me being so submissive in situations and being okay with losing things, it has allowed me to still be here because I've been in the presence of very dangerous people. And if I was anything other than that, I would be dead. And God allowed me to live because He wants me to teach young girls and young boys too about these gaslighting techniques, how to protect yourself, how to keep your boundaries, how to say no, and get through your 18 years of childhood unraped, manipulated, they're going to be energy harvesting, but to build a mindset that allows you to take that L and keep on ticking. I'm an unlimited, I am an infinite source of God's energy. So that little bit you took from me, that ain't going to be nothing. And so as I lay here thinking, I want to put let me see over here on this wall, we need that, not gas stove, wood burning stove. So God has me in a humiliation ritual right now because I'm showing you the inside of this place and how we're living. This is not how an earth angel should live. This is not what you imagine that I'm living in. And you wouldn't tolerate this. You would suck 12 dicks in your car and get the money to pay for an apartment. I won't. I'll suck one for free if it's somebody I like, or, every now and then God sends me to somebody that needs healing. And God will say, I want you to do this for this person to increase their self-esteem and to release them from mental torment that they're going through about self-doubt and about they're not good enough. So yes, he's very ugly and unpopular, and you're cute and fine. I need you to do this to balance the scales. And you might not understand that, but God is benevolent in that way. And I will do it. The person will become healed. They'll start getting popular. And then they usually turn on me and start talking shit to me. And God is like, that's not on you. Don't worry about that. Keep it moving. Get your grip, dust this dusty junk off you, and move it on. You did what I told you to do. They disobeyed me. They were supposed to be humble and grateful to you and show gratitude to you. And then, if nothing else, you'd have a great friendship. You don't have to, date each other and be with each other for forever. But out of gratitude for the compassion that you showed them, they were supposed to return the favor. And what happens is the devil comes in and starts like tricking your mind like, yeah, nigga, you the shit, but you know you ain't the shit, but it feels so good. And we submit to these feelings and these emotions. Okay. Now, over here, we have suitcases with our clothes in it. The rats, they chew through the clothes. So I used to put them in these cabinets, and anything you put in that cabinet, when they come home, they come through those little holes over there and they run in the cabinet. Anything in the cabinet is going to be rat dust. They just chew it. And I mean, they chew it quick and they shit a lot. I don't even understand. Okay, so you see the sandbags. We had to put down sandbags to catch the water. And you see the wheelchair. That's what we use to go grocery shopping, to go to the laundromat. Now, y'all know I had a car. Lawrence gave me a 2011 Dodge Caliber. You know I had a nice car. Yes, my son gave me a 2008 Buick LaCrosse that I saved for the twins so that they would have a leg up in life. Y'all took that. Y'all took my flea market van. You kept putting holes in the radiators and stuff because of jealousy. And I tried to heal Anthony when I went to where he was. He carries so much drama and he triggers me so frequently, and we're both fire signs, that I couldn't continue to heal my children, maintain, I had two small children. Angola was about 5. No, they're 3 years apart. So if Abby was a year, then that means Angola was 4. When we went to Opalaka, 700 East Harem, to stay with Anthony and help with the twins. And I was trying to heal the twins because I know they were taken from me at 3 days old. That is traumatizing. I'm coming to Morton Plant Meats Hospital. My mom is paying for the hotel there on Clearwater Beach, and I'm being close enough to them to breastfeed. And then I got an old crazy nurse telling me that I can't breastfeed because my nipple is too big for my daughter's mouth. Now, she was 4 pounds 7 ounces, but she was healthy and feisty. And he was 6 pounds 7 ounces, and they were both born strong and moving around and crying strong. But because they had stolen my placentas, they had to make me look crazy. I told them I was talking to my babies in my womb. So in order to cover their ass, they switched it around and said, let's just say she was hearing voices, and diagnosed her with schizophrenia NOS, not otherwise specified. And that's what they did to destroy my life. So that took me from being the activist who was up here to the crazy lady who had her children taken from DCF, and that dropped my life all the way down. I like to turn everything into a game. So I turned it into a game. I said, I'm going to live at half staff, because if I keep trying to live at 100%, something not good is going to happen, because somebody going to get me some straightening. And God gave me the grace to go through that. And I really felt what it means to have a heartache. Those are the only children I ever prayed for. I love every last one of my children. And my children have saved me. I believe if I had not had a bunch of children, I would have been with a serial killer somewhere and they would have murdered me. I would not even be alive. And I see that my children coming into my life and giving me something to be directly responsible for helped me to stop trying to save these wayward men. And it's not like they didn't deserve to be saved, but I don't think it was my mission to do. Every man that I ran across, I was not supposed to be in his presence. So I want to teach the children, you don't have to have sex. Learn how to masturbate. Get your tubes tied. Get your fallopian tubes tied and connect with God and find out why you're here. When you bring children into the world and you can't provide for them, like this, look at this. Now we need things. I do have $2. I'm rich. I do have $2. Angola went out into the world and got us some cash, and they had Whoppers, and she brought me the $3 for the Whopper because she knows I'm always like, ooh, I need to wash clothes. I need to wash clothes. See them dirty clothes up there? And so you have to really play tricks with your mind in order to live like this. You have to recognize that, bitch, you are a billionaire. Bitch, you are brilliant. These walls, this does not make you. This does not make you who you are. Because if you allow this to make you who you are, hell yeah, you're going to have yourself a nervous breakdown. You're going to be loony as a fruitcake. And then they'll send you to the Looney Tune and you can be there in those nice, clean walls, white walls. And what kind of life are you going to have there? But here I can say, okay, God, well, I want paneling. So, the paneling can go on the walls, right? Put the paneling on the walls. I'm going to put paneling on the floor too. I'm going to put paneling on the floor because I love walking around bare feet, inside and outside. And my siblings will tell you that bitch always had her shoes off. I don't know why I love being bare feet, but I do. And so around here, it's hard to be bare feet because the dirt in the yard, as soon as you come in, there's dirt all over the floor. So I got my little mat right here and I sweep it off all the time. But if things are not quite right, then I can step into my shoes. And what kind of cord is that? That's one of them old school cords. Where did that come from? So I just want to tell you all that I am suffering. Since you all hate me so much, you want to know that I'm not doing well. When I think about all of the money that is attached to my name, even if I got my stimulus checks, and I know y'all probably done got my little FEMA checks. Y'all ain't gonna let me get those either. But all of that is karma for you. So what God is saying to me now is, a lot of death is going to be coming for these people. And they're going to be doing really bad. And I want you to let them go through their karma. The same way they let you sit here in conditions like this and they don't come to the door and, send a strange person and say, the Lord told me to come give you this $1,000. Cousin Toy won't give me the wood burning stove over there at 2913 East 20th Street. She knows she ain't gonna never put no wood in that damn stove, and she know we need it. I asked her for it last year, and we got the little screen right there to put around it. And he said the same way they let you suffer and they find it funny and they come together. What I just learned last week is that when you join these covens, whoever you're trying to sacrifice, you can't help them. So that makes so much sense to me because I went asking Benetti for help and she was like, oh, I got $10. And I'm like, I know in my heart, Benetti could have gave me the $100. Should I have said her name, Lord? Okay, Benetti, I'm sorry. I'm not really trying to put you out there. It just rolled off my tongue, okay? But Benetti is Anthony's friend. She's not really my friend. I keep going to people that were Anthony's friend. It's like I've never really had a bunch of friends because my dogs were my friends. Blackie, and I had two Blackies, and the children have had dogs. My dogs have been my friends. I don't know. People always see me as being too this, too that, too optimistic, too futuristic, too out of this world, too far out. And that's where my thoughts really live, like in the stratosphere. So when God gave me begging for $1 billion, it's like, yeah, I can feel that. Hell yeah, we're going to sit here at the house and make $1 billion. I'm going to write raps. I'm going to write whole albums and sell them. Then I'm going to get into making beats and we're going to sit right here at 6010 North 32nd Street and become billionaires. And then when I start sharing the notion, everybody wanted to steal my ideas. And then they sitting there like, yeah, well, write down what would you do with this and what would you do with that. And like an idiot, I'm writing it down for them, giving them the ammunition to steal from me. And I'm sure they felt bad, but the people that stole from me, they have their own self-esteem issues and they want to feel great, but they don't want to do the work. And then they're the kind of people when they start getting money instead of sewing into me. You see my hair dusty. You see my skin dusty. No, I don't need no lotion. Nigga, I need some vitamin E. I need some biotin. I need some collagen. I need some vitamin C because God taught me early on that the way you get beauty is by what you put in your mouth. And if you ain't taking vitamins, minerals, and sea salts and cell salts, you ain't gonna never be beautiful. You're gonna always have to put toxic glue on your eyelids in order to make it look like you got thick eyelashes and fake nails on your nail bed to make it look like you got, you know. And I ain't never been with that look like shit. It's like, no, we can have it for real. But you got to be putting the right stuff in your mouth. And I've never met anybody that really wanted to couple with me and do that. Is that true? Let me see. Well, Paul Hanner Jr., he was definitely on the vegetarian kick. And Clarence Joseph Washington Jr. too. But I never really wanted to be a vegetarian. I didn't feel like I had to take it that far. And I followed them into that path. I was a vegetarian when I gave birth to the twins, and that's how I lost my teeth. Now, I already had bad dental practices, but I had teeth. As an Rh negative woman, you have to take something called Rogam. If you don't, you can get sensitivity D and a whole bunch of negative things happen. If I get pregnant and I don't take the Rogam, the next time I get pregnant, that baby's going to die because I'm not going into all of that. The whole point was to say to you that we are suffering. My children, I don't know if they have confidence in me when I say I'm going to get you an iPad because the magic that they're doing against us is so vigorous. Any dollar that comes our way, they just grip it and yank it up. I don't know how they do that. So not too long ago, a check was coming, and how did I know? Tarot, and I kept saying 222 333 444 555 666 777 888. I saw the mailman give it to somebody else right out here. And I didn't know what to do about it because if I went and confronted that person that took that mail and she told me no, my base man, the animal side of me might have reached out and grabbed the mail from her. She might have resisted and things might have gotten ugly. So I could see myself putting myself in harm's way and maybe ending up in jail, and then where would my children be? So I had to eat that loss. When I saw Donnie's truck van come over here, when I saw Letitia coming around here, in her little white Honda, lurking, and then she had the guy standing out by the mailbox. I'm seeing them steal from me, but it's like, what can I do to get it without putting myself in harm's way? Because my children don't have anybody other than me. Sure, the Alva would take them in. Sure, Abel would take them in. Sure, Anthony would take them in. But what would their life be like? You understand? They're just going to be a paycheck. Anthony going to come in and talk shit, talk down to him every day and, use him as a sacrifice. The destiny swapping. Right now, these children should be away in college and they're here. Can't even get a part-time job and keep it because somebody's getting a disability check in their name, so they can't really work. You got to pretend like they crazy and tell them they ain't got enough sense to catch the bus to school. That's what Anthony used to tell us that girl, she can't catch the bus, she gonna get lost. Everybody get lost, Dodo. But after you keep doing it, you find your way. Retarded people catching the bus to work. Right from Pepin Academy. They catching the bus and going to Publix and, they making it happen. So It took a long time for me to understand what was happening. They want to live a nice, luxurious life, but they don't want to do the work to live a nice, luxurious life. So you just take a L7 and you strip her of her life. Destiny swap with her. Take her money. Take her man. Keep her in emotional turmoil so that you can continue to take. When checks come in the mail for her, take them. Don't even tell her that, he left her money and they done figured out how to steal it and, divvy up the money and keep her in trauma. So the Creator God is going to help me figure out how to trump these things, and then I'm going to put it in writing for the children to come after me so that we can heal the land and heaven will truly be on earth. And all of you dark coven members who refuse to do your shadow work and refuse to heal your childhood wounds, and you want to manipulate others and have sex with children and do all these vile rituals, I think God is just going to stop your heart. You ain't going to get too far. Not in this age of Aquarian. So if I were you guys, I would go ahead and start writing out my obituaries and, put the picture with it and save people the time. Because God is removing y'all from the earth. Y'all didn't have the intelligence to heed the call when he said change, grow, hurt, cry, suffer. Because that's how you create humility. That's how you pass the test. You hear the rats over there? They come in over there. And then, should I say that? No. So that's what it is. You have to create peace and joy in your heart because your environment can change. So what I told my children, we are in war. When you are a soldier, when you go to the battleground, you can't, say, "Ooh, this is not right. We need an interior designer. We got to, fix the bushes. We got to know." Sometimes your ass might be in a trench full of water, 3 feet high, and you got branches taped to the top of your head trying to camouflage yourself so you can get the job done. You not go home in a body bag. You got to kill the enemy over there. And so I told them this is a battleground. We are camping indoors and we are blessed because we have slept outside. Not too many times, but we done slept outside. Now, we slept in the laundromat a whole long time, but it was still indoors, right? But it was freezing cold in the laundromat. I mean, your bones were aching. It was so cold. And we done slept some other uncomfortable places. That's because I'm committed to making sure my children are raised properly. You can't raise children properly when they ain't never home. You wake them up early in the morning, dark morning before day. You send them out to the school for the school, the teachers, and you can't remember her name. You don't even hardly know where her classroom is, but she's got your precious jewel all day long. You don't even know how she feel about them, what kind of psychological, games or abusive words she's putting into that child. You don't even know how the child is being treated by them other heathens sitting next to them trying to make them feel stupid and dumb. No such thing. I mean, this whole concept of smart and not smart is all a sham. And I keep telling my children the most important part to being a good student is having good confidence. You could be 20 years old and not know 1A, 1B, 1C, 1, 2, 3. If you got good confidence and you want to learn, you could do the whole 12 years definitely in 2 years. And if you're very, very motivated, you could do the whole 12 years in 1 year. Now that blew my children's mind because they trying to figure out, well, damn, why you got to go 12 years? Because they dumbing y'all ass down. And then there's a certain amount of energy harvesting that they do even with the children. Now that's high science, and I ain't talking about at the school level. I ain't talking about the teacher. I ain't talking about the superintendent. I'm talking about, well, I'm just going to leave that where it is. So yes, we're suffering happily. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Yeah. I am strong. I am mighty. I am woman. I am God. I am a billionaire. I attract billion-dollar opportunities. I am a master manifester. Aileen Dorothea Atkins, the real one.